say we didn't.
Hey everyone, this is John Michael Swift. Welcome back to my thumb picking series, and today we're going to go over the basics of Tenerife by Ed Sheeran. This is one of the few thumb picking songs we're going to get in triple time, but this is a really very kind of waltzy feel. The thumb pattern is 1 2 3 1 2 3. It's a 3/8 thumb pattern. So yeah, this ought to be fun in that respect. One thing you're going to have to do right off the bat is to lower your G string, your third string, down to E and put your capo on 4. So if on my open tuning I have E, A, D, E, B, E, and then the capo goes on 4. So this is your open tuning. Tune that a bit. There we go. There we go. There, we're all in tune. Now, first thing you're going to want to get used to is this thumb pattern. So I'm going to put the pointer finger on the first fret of my D string or fourth string, and I'm just going to go 1 2 3 1, because this is the thumb pattern for the song. I want to get used to this. So try to get used to this, and then we're going to switch the bass note to the A string like this. Ready? Switch to the fifth. Yeah, this is the two things that the thumb is going to do the entire song, and switch back. 4, and switch again. So you want to get used to this 3/8 thumb picking. So try that a few times until it gets comfortable. Next, we're going to add the fingers to that. They're going to play on the third and second string on your, I guess, your E and your B strings now. And they're going to play after your 2 upper note strokes. So when you play here on the D string, you're going to put the thumb and then the pointer, and then the thumb and then the middle. So basically the whole pattern goes thumb, thumb, pointer, thumb, middle. So basically you go on the upper strings when you're playing the D string, the pointer finger goes after the first thumb stroke, and the middle finger goes after the second thumb stroke. So again, you're going thumb, thumb, pointer, thumb, middle, thumb, thumb, pointer, thumb, middle, thumb, thumb, pointer, thumb, middle. When you get in the groove with that, try to switch the bass note to the A string like this. 5th string. You're still playing the same upper bass note, A. 5th string, and back to the E string. 6th string. I'm going to switch back to the A string in a second. Ready? Switch back. Now, that is the only right-hand stuff you're going to have to do for the entire song if you just want to get through it. The left hand will change quite a bit, but most of it is moving bass notes around this note right here. It's that in power chords, basically. So let's start with the left hand for the verse. So you're going to put the middle finger on the 2nd fret of your D string or your 4th string, and you're going to start by playing as a bass note. You're going to kind of walk this open 6th string, 2nd fret of the 6th string, open A, and then that open A twice. And then you're going to play the sort of pattern over that. If it's E, F sharp, A, and with the other notes you go sixth string, 2nd fret, open 5th string. Now, if you need to do this a couple times or go back to the original pattern to remember how it goes, because now you got a moving note, you got this moving bass line. But this is the main riff of the song. So work on that until you get it. And then there's one little flourish that goes in there. This hammer. And what happens is as you're doing the pattern off the A string, what happens is you sort of double up on playing the D string. So you go thumb, and then, and right as you get to the beginning of the last pattern, you sort of pluck the open D string again, and you pinch and hammer onto the 2nd fret of the 2nd string with the ring finger and pull off. So here's the real trick, is getting this pinch and this pull off. So see if you can work on that for a second. So you pinch, hammer, pull off. Just take a second, work that pinch, hammer, pull off. Do that as many times as you need to. If you need to do it this slowly, pinch, hammer, pull off. Don't be afraid to go that slow or slower if you really need to get the mechanics. Really making sure you wind up and hit with the tip of the finger will really help. That will really help. So in the pattern, it's going to be 1, 2, and 3, and 1, and 2, and 3. So it's right in the beginning of the 2nd groove. It's 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and... So following out after that hand, let me see if I can remind myself how to do it. So the way that this fits in the pattern is it kind of uses a slightly different, sort of breaks the normal pattern. So you go pinch, hammer, pointer finger, and then thumb again on the D string and middle on the B string. So let's follow that a few times really slow. Pinch, hammer, pull, pointer, thumb, middle. Again, I'm going to do this slowly a couple times. Pinch, hammer, pull, pointer, thumb, middle. 6 strokes. Pinch, hammer, pull, pointer, thumb, middle. Pinch, hammer, pull, pointer, thumb, middle. Slow that down if you need to. You can always use the YouTube app if you can to slow it down. And so once you've kind of worked that in, you want to try to get it right after a full pattern on the A. If you're going off the A chord, you're going to go pattern, 2, and... So see if you can get those to follow each other. It's like regular pattern, special pattern, again, again. So then see if you can work that into the full pattern slowly like this. So there you go. That's the main verse riff. That's the trickiest part of the song for sure. So once you kind of get that hammer riff down, now there's a little walk down that's going to happen. And again, you're using the exact same right hand pattern. The thumb, the bass note's on the A string, on the 5th string. But now you kind of walk down from this sort of C sharp minor power chord that leaves some open notes. So your pointer's on the 4th fret of the A string, and your ring is on the 6th fret above the capo of the D string. And you're going to kind of take that shape and slide it down, and then just sort of drop this finger and move this finger over to 2. So you kind of plane it through these, the C sharp minor, down 2 frets to a B power chord, and then just move that over for an A power chord. And you do 1 pattern on each of those chords. It looks like this. I guess you do 2 on the A chord. Let me do it one more time. Excuse me. And then you go back into the verse pattern. So maybe just play that a few times so you see how it goes. Slow it down to play along if you need to. Again. So, when you want to put that together to do the whole verse, what you do is you start with the first riff we started with. Go back and review it now if you need to make sure you remember it. Once you make sure you got it, then you kind of walk with that 3 times. You're like low bass line, hammer, pinch. Third time is this. And then you go up, walk down. So that's a verse. It's 3 low bass lines, and then the walk down. So let me try it at tempo. You can slow this section down. I'll play it 4 times. If you want to play along and slow it down with the YouTube app, go ahead and do it. I will also, obviously this will just be at tempo, so you can play along as many times as you need to. So here we go. Ready? 3, 4, 5, 6. Again. Again. So there you go. That is the verse. And again, you're going to use a lot of the same ideas for the rest of the song. It's really just moving the same chords around. So if we go to the pre-chorus and the chorus, you're basically doing, I'll just kind of describe these all as like the bass note that they are, because that's basically what they follow up as. So it's sort of the A twice, then the E, then the B. You have to move up to the power chord that we use in the walk down. So it's like 2 and 4. Pointer finger on 2, ring finger on 4. And you use the same pattern we've been using. So basically it's going to do that sort of whole group twice, where it's like A, E, B, A, twice, E, B. So it'll do that. Then it's going to kind of hold the A twice and do the E twice and do the B 4 times. So if I match it with the vocals so you can see how it goes, it's like this. Should this be the last thing I see? I want you to know it's enough for me. 'Cause all that you are is all that I'll ever need. So in love. And then it's just back to the verse riff. It's just the verse riff twice. So in love. So in love. So in love. So there you go. Review those things as much as you need to make sure they're solid. The bridge is really the only thing that's left. And it's the same right hand pattern, but you walk around on some chords we've already done. So you can think of it as being basically 8 bars long. It's a lot of chords that are repeated. So every pattern is going to be sort of like a bar, let's say. So it'll do the C sharp minor, which is on the power chord on 4 and 6. So do that twice. C sharp minor. Down to the A. E. To the B. B twice. Back up to the C sharp minor. Down to the A. And they'll do the B twice. B twice as long as the other chords. So all the other chords in this bridge, when you do them, they get 2 patterns each. That B at the very end is going to get 4. So it's kind of like almost the same idea twice in a row, but the ending is sort of changed. So it's sort of like, starts with C sharp minor, to the A twice, E, to the B, then the C sharp minor, again, A again, now the B really long. There you go. And then if you put that together with the different sections of the song, you really have everything. The only thing I really haven't gotten into is you'll notice sometimes you don't hear all the notes or all the notes of that pattern. That same pattern underlies everything in the song. But one of the things that he does is micro phrases. He uses a lot of dynamics, and he uses what are called ghost notes. Ghost notes are notes that are kind of there, but kind of not. Like sometimes you think those notes, but you don't really play them explicitly. So a lot of times, especially when he plays live, you'll notice he kind of like just sort of like waves his hand here, but doesn't really play. I'll show you a little bit of what it looks like. So I'm almost always thinking this pattern, especially when you do at the ends of phrases. See, I can almost anytime jump from like back into playing more notes because my hand is almost still waving like this. I've seen also John Mayer do this a lot when he plays Neon, is like, you know, his hand is always kind of going like this, or like Edge of Desire. His hand's always waving in that groove, but he doesn't hit the strings all the time. So at the ends of phrases with this song especially, if you're playing So in Love, and you get to the end of the chorus, so in love, you just kind of like, just let the hand sort of wave a bit, but don't hit everything. That gives it a lot of the dynamics. That's a thing for you to sort of play with. If you also want to go further with this, I'm also going to release a looping lesson on how he does basically the whole live performance at Wembley Stadium. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. Look at it when you're ready. And yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. And yeah, stick with the series and learn more thumb picking if you're interested. Yeah, catch you all later. Bye-bye.